Hello, folks, and welcome back to SOD. Let us continue. I'm still not quite feeling right. As with yesterday's episode, I am dizzy. I'm doing better today, but I'm still not quite right. So, let's take another look at this. Okay. The one issue is this quest sends you into goddamn Blackrock Dapps. It's into BRD, which I could probably I could probably make my way through, honestly. I don't have the key. If I had the key, I could do it, but I don't, so I can't. Without the key, you have to do Ring of Law, and I don't think I can solo that, as I am. I just wanted to see what it was called. If you hear that whistling, that's my window. The seal on it is weakening, so when there's a terrible breeze, you can hear it blowing right through. It's Skyrim horses a bit. Oh well. Would have set up a macro, make it someone else's problem, and just like aggro shed. Oh, I was kind of expecting something hanging down, not on the ground. That's what I missed the last time. Gregory, Truthbearer. Aenus the Vindicated. Aenus wears a stern look on his face. Manarok, echoing orb. Well, Mekoric, thank goodness I found you. What? What's going on here, Aenus? Please allow me to explain. The man over there is the friend we've spoken of. His name in life was Gregory. In life? He is undead. Explain yourself. What is this, Aenus? In the old days, before the fall of Maraudon, before I left the order, we were very close. He was a member of the Silver Hand as well, and someone I trusted with my life. When the Scourge invaded, he fought valiantly against them, but died at Anderhall alongside the Lightbringer. He seems to be a member of the Scourge now, and that makes him our enemy. Yes, the one he serves is anathema to us. However, the world is not black and white. While we work against the goals of the Lich King, we also share a common enemy, the Burning Legion. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend. At times, perhaps. When Gregory came to me, I initially rejected him. Surely my friend was dead, this mindless thrall, a mere slave to the Lich King. Still serves me to admit it, but I was wrong. I found that my friend was still very much the man I knew, and beseeched me for aid in his mission to discover and destroy the orbs. I never condoned the mandate or methods of the Scourge, but I've come to believe that our cause is aligned in this, and he has my trust. Please, speak with Gregory for yourself. My hope is that you can see this as I do. We can remain focused on our goals. Farewell, Highness, but I cannot promise I will not kill him. My word, Gurik, you look nearly as pale as I am. You'd think you'd spoken to the dead. No time for games, undead. I need you to make this make sense to me. Very well, very well. Just as Aina said, I was once a paladin, just like yourself. I believed fiercely in Maraudon, in the Silver Hand, in my oath. My heart broke when Artus plunged his blade into my king's heart, and I fought until my last ounce of strength was gone on the day he killed my lord, the Lightbringer in Andorol. Yet here you stand under the banner of the Lich King. Yes, here I stand. At first my soul rallied against what was done to me, to my home and to my friends and family. As time passed in death, however, I was able to find perspective. Yes, at first I was what Aenus initially feared me to be, mindless thrall. But just as Artus threw off the chains of the Legion and freed himself, the dominating grip of the Lich King slackened in the minds of his minions, and I was able to free myself as well. I'm not sure how much sense that makes, because, like, if you look at the... if you look at the horsemen, it is possible for people to, look at the Knights of the Ebon Blade in Wrath of the Lich King. This is clearly a precursor of sorts to that. Them able to shake off his control. But that was a big event involving the Ashbringer and, him being wounded and whatnot. So, here it was just a passive thing. His grip just slackened. Then again, it's possible that he was a pre-Artus Death Knight. No, it's just as Artus threw off the chains of the Legion and freed himself. During Frozen Throne, the Lich King's power dwindled, and Artus was losing strength and became the Lich King. So I was thinking if Gregory was rose to being a Death Knight prior to the fall of the Lich King, he could have wrestled free during that, like at the same time as Sylvanas did. And just, remained under, just in the Lich King's service while being independent. The fact he never sought to, re-establish control is an odd idea. Might be expanded upon. I'm just trying, I'm just seeing, okay, here's a lore tidbit. Can this make sense in the border scheme? Maybe. There's, other things happening. So, the thing is, with any other characters that have rest free their like will, it's Sylvanas got her will back during the fall of the original Lich King, during his weakening. The Knights of the Ebon Blade got it back when the Lich King was wounded by the Ashbringer, a legendary holy artifact. This guy just seemed to shake loose independently. So either he, like the Ashbringer thing hasn't happened yet, so the only other event it could tie in with is the same one as Sylvanas. So, if he is a Dead Knight from back then, it makes sense. But if it just happened passively, that's weird, because there's no other noted occurrence of that. After what you've seen, what he made you do, how could you still serve him? How could you serve him still? In life, my brothers called me Troop Bearer, and I was hailed for my introspection and sage wisdom. As I rediscovered the parts of myself that were lost, my eyes were open. I began to feel the burden of the knowledge I was able to glean from the mind of the Lich King under his dominion. There's part of me that will never forgive Artus for what he did, but I cannot ignore the cold hard truth. What is that truth? That our world is but a tiny speck in the grand cosmic game. There are forces far beyond our ken lurking in the darkness. Titans, demons, the void. They're all deadly beyond anything we've known. They're all hungrily devouring world after world in pursuit of their own ends. What hope do mortals of Azeroth have against such forces? We need to be stronger. We need to be more than we are to stand against that. We need to be undying. This is delusion. The only thing that undeath brings is oblivion. Does it? Or is that what you tell yourself to maintain your righteousness and clarity of purpose, Gorik? In debt, we are all we are. We can be all we are, and so much more. And what we need to be more, and we need to be more to fight against what is coming. But it is not my place here today to sway you to my perspective. My mission is simple: find and destroy the orbs. For that I need allies. Remember the Scourge. Your numbers are nearly endless. Why not just march an army down from Northrend? Northrend should be capitalized. And seize the orbs that way. Why do you need the living at all? Not every problem is a rock that requires a hammer to break. For some tools, the slender, sharper blade is the better tool. This mission requires guile and subterfuge as much as requires strength of arms. And there are places that someone like me and mine cannot go. Okay, let's say I agree to help you. What is next? What is next is continue our mission. Thanks to your efforts, the first orb has been destroyed, and we must find a way to destroy the one that Aenis and I recovered from the Manrock Coven. We must do this before we begin to search for the others. Having more than one in close proximity could be incredibly dangerous. Very well. For now we work together, but the moment you turn against us, I will destroy you. I'm sure you would try, Paladin. Yeah, I could do it. Each of the echoing orbs is attuned to a different aspect of its master, and the method you used in Asheville to destroy the Atalax orb will not be effective on the orb we possess. No other ritual that may be able to destabilize the orb when it's destroyed requires components with specific magical significance. We possess some would require materials, but you'll need to retrieve the rest. Take this, it should help you in your search. You know, I'm really nervous for tonight. Tonight is Nax, and I'm looking forward to doing it, but I only have 2 bits of Sanct gear. That's it. And I'm worried, like, would that be enough to go? The GM said it was, but someone else in the guild chat was worrying, and they're better geared than I have. They've 6 of 8. I've, with that set, 4 of 8. So, it is 4 of 8, yeah? Yeah, so I have 4 of 8 as opposed to 6 of 8, and they're worried about going. So, and I'm also worried is my gear enough to go. I actually do need to pick up a different bit of T2. Since I'm putting gloves on, I'll lose the effect, and I like the not have to replenish judgment effect. So, let's hope it goes fine, yeah. Because I'm having a heart attack here. Like, if they're worried, I should be very worried. They're better geared than I am, and they're worried if they'll be able to go or not. But GM seem fine with me going, and I only have these two, and a rank 16. So, yeah. Bring me the following: grave dust from the resting place of one murdered by those most loved. An elixir of fire, created with steady hands and an unsteady mind. Symbol of fate, gathered from one with newly discovered purpose. Dream infernal cores from the hulking beasts here in northern Felwood. I know of one of the answers, but yeah, I was just a bit off. A bit more to the left would have been fine. One of those sends me to South Shore, where you can find a Tauren Paladin, who could be a precursor to there being Tauren Paladins as player characters in this. Something I was trying to say before, and I wonder if it made sense, was like Blizzard retconning things and changing things is annoying, and I dislike it. I kind of want them to like here's a lore book, here's the lore Bible, this is the canon for the setting. Even if it wasn't perfectly satisfactory to people, like I imagine if they did that, they would probably step on someone's toes. Yeah, they'll probably upset someone. But if it was at least set in stone and they're gonna build on it rather than retcon it, then at least you have something to work with and something to be like, okay, I know the lore here now. Rather than knowing the lore, playing the game, and then having them disagree with it, having them retcon things and change things as they whim. Like, I have to take a step to the side here, so instead of doing that, I'm just gonna like bulldoze down this wall. Instead of doing something like that, you at least know this is canon, this is lore accurate, and they aren't gonna retcon it in 5 minutes. I'll be somewhat happy with that. I wouldn't obviously be happy with any changes they've made with it, but it will be something. Because, like, okay, let's say I go buy the War Bibles. It it's hard for me to get invested. I'd be much better writing this down. Basically, it's very hard for me to get invested in the story, in the lore, with all the holes in it. I'm sorry. My mind keeps. I have difficulty focusing right now. Sometimes I fixate, other times my mind is all over the place. It's all over the place right now. And I'm recording. Good. So, if Blizzard just said, fuck it, here is the canon, here's the lore Bible, this is what we're working with, we'll build off this. Even if it wasn't perfectly satisfactory, it will be something. Because then I'll know I can read this book and learn it. It will be, this is the lore we're working with from now on. It's not going to be retconned in 5 minutes' time. I may not be quite happy with it, but it's something. And then they just build off it from there, rather than retconning it out. At least if it's set in stone, it's something. Something else that they should do is, like, if they do put out like novels and supplementary materials, it should be building off the game rather than retconning it. And they should also take that material more into account when making the game. Like, people were saying how well the garage stuff was in the Christie Golden novels, but they ignored it for Pandaria. So you get a very different garage than you got in those books. So set the lore, establish the lore Bible, set it in stone, and build off it. Use the supplementary material to expand on the world, not retcon things out. Uh, Show more of a preference towards the actual game that people are playing. Because, like, there's oh, we fought and killed Anixia. Yeah, no, someone in a comic fought and killed Anixia. Ye did nothing. And it makes the Human Heritage quest weird because it references the quests, you know, the quest chain with the where we get the marshal from the jail and we get his notes and all this. Yeah, that's not canon anymore, yet the Human Heritage quest references it. It references a non-canon quest chain. At least I think that chain was made non-canon. Because, I mean, that chain ends in us killing Anixia, and Anixia was killed actually by Varian. So, I don't know what's canon. I would have to read the Chronicles, but the Chronicles aren't canon either. You know, there's no consistency, there's no actual lore master running it. Apparently more recently they fired their lore master team, but they were flaky to begin with, from the sounds of it. So, it's just a bit frustrating. So yeah, even if the lore wasn't perfectly satisfactory, if they actually established it, set it in stone, then you'd have something to work with. If they had these supplemented materials, but actually put better, like, lore control over them, to, like, we like this idea, but it doesn't really fit for the story we're telling with this character, you'll have to go a different way. You know, this kind of thing. It'll be more palatable to me. Like they have a story, like I was saying with Medivh, like he goes and does X, Y, and Z and becomes temporary guardian of Terrarsville, and then they're like, yeah, no, he never becomes guardian of Terrarsville. Then how the hell did he pull off what he did when he needed that power boost that came from being the guardian? So, you know. Okay, that's obnoxious. Having that flashing on screen there. But, so yeah, I'm not a fan of them putting out expanded universe things and then retconning them out just like as they feel like later on. So it's just not good standards. Again, like I said, they could have made Shadowlands mostly work if they set it elsewhere. If there's like planetary elementals with them being separate entities, like planets having governed by separate entities, then I know try the same thing with the afterlives or something. And so it's the afterlife for another world. Make it a new one than Draenor. That way you get 2 expansions out of the place. So, and setting expansions elsewhere also gives like Azeroth time to generate new threats, and not everything needs to be set elsewhere. You can have new people rising, maybe hints of it in remember the island expeditions. You can do stuff like that. They got plenty of material to play with. They don't need to retcon things so much. But again, I feel with the new direction they're going with the expansion, it is very much well, whoever's writing it, directing it, could have played a fair bit chunk of SMT. Like obviously, Void and Demons were always enemies to begin with, but now the Titans themselves are being, I think, being positioned as enemies. That's what someone was saying anyway. So big chaos or law and neutral vibes. I exaggerate somewhat, but you get my point. I do need to go do finish that achievement for Karazhan. Just dragging my heels completely on it. You know, if they brought an end to Season Discovery and was like, we're launching Classic Plus, I'm not sure I'll go straight into it. Because I would be mourning the end of Gorik's adventure. I still find the Retroiter funny.
I need to get closer.
Oh yeah, this hits everything, doesn't it? Oh, we're finally done here. But as for the rest... not that. I have to head here for that. Not sure where else I go. Okay, this just tells me. Okay, I actually have to run Maraudon. And... fuck. Well, we're on the right continent for this, so let's head to... Deathless first. We'll see if we can cancel it. At 60 in reasonable gear, I should be able to. I have some... I've some Blackrock... I have a lot of MC armor. I have some BWL armor. I have a single bit of AQ20 gear. I have a single bit of ZG gear. And I have the best in slot trinket for an axe. Well, one of the two anyway. I'm gonna AFK during the fight down because I got a message just a bit ago and Should respond to it. But yeah, I'm nervous as hell. But if GM said I'm fine, I should be fine. So it just, like I said, someone a bit better geared than me was worried if they'll get to go or not. So I'm just worried now myself. But even though the other guy said it was fine, I'm a worry wart. To be fair, it is hard mode too, so I could understand if I didn't get to go. I do miss like the leveling and going through zones and doing stuff. Now it's just
Hello.
I know
Good luck.
utter shit. So we'll be gone for a while. Kalimdor as an alliance is a slow slog around. BRB. Hey folks, I just saw something fucking weird. Also annoyingly, you fly all the way up this beach to hit here to fly all the way back down. I know we're too far out to see it. But there's a giant crystal with Silithid here. That was meant to be part of the 6-hour war or something? Of the opening of the Ancrage gates, I thought. But yeah, baffling. Hello. 50, 51, 52, 53. Okay, let's get running.
Hey there.
I rather like classic WoW. It's nice. It's got some, like, I want to say it has dungeons and designs they never carried over into, like, future expansions, Like, Maraudon here is an interesting one, in that it's a dungeon with multiple entrances. Fuck. My mind just blanked on what... Oh, this is Thunder X Fortress. Burning Blade. Like, there's multiple ways into the place. I think giving you different starting points or something. I don't quite remember the details of it. I just remember thinking it's kind of cool. And they never did that again. Have to head more south. I also remember hearing that there is a way to skip relatively to the end of it, or something. But jumping down a waterfall or something? But I don't remember details of it. We'll probably just have to take it on legitly. But yeah, to continue on what I was saying about the lore, they should also, like, with that supplemented material, they should try, where it fits, tie it into the game more. Because there was meant to be a huge, like, enhanced Centaur army rallied in Desolus. But there's absolutely zero trace of them in the game. They get killed off in the story, but there's absolutely no trace of them in the world. There's no signs of a massive Centaur army, and this was done during Kata, when they were revamping everywhere. But they do an entirely different storyline with no reference to this enhanced Centaur force, even though it's supposedly canon. Oh, waylaid supplies. Oh. I should finish off with these rep factions. Just, it's a pain in the ass to try and finish off with this one because you're reliant on, in my experience, rare fucking drops to get a smidgen of rep. It's actually quite obnoxious. Never actually noticed the shape of this entrance. Ah, ghost mushrooms. It's advantage of being level 60. If more of this dungeon was undead, then I could just put on the undead gear. Then again, the sanctum gear wall does provide bonus against undead. It probably doesn't. Oh, I don't know you. While it provides bonus against undead, it's still not better than the other gear, unless you're Nax for the trinket bonus. Yeah, I think this is the shortcut in. Maybe. Hopefully I don't need to do that. I can just jump in here, pick a portal, go in, and that be that. I remember trying to do this with my aunt, but it was just literally my paladin and her hunter trying to do this at relative level. It was a terrible plan, but it was kind of fun. Huh. I thought the portal would have been here by now. Just over here, but yeah. It's been so long since I saw this load screen. When my aunt was trying this, when we were trying this, we went it the other way. Like I said, there's multiple entrances, so, you know, multiple starting points. Centaurs are the progeny of an elemental princess of Earth and one of Cenarius' kids. They aren't exactly liked by any of their relatives. They're considered kind of a defilement. Mordos. Fort Khan. Um, his name makes it sound like he's kind of tied in with Maraudon. Marados. Like he's the one who built it. Or had it built. Shit. I have no idea where I am. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of baffled. I was thinking, like, wait, really? I don't need to give them as wide a berth as I am. And honest, I could try fighting them for the extra, like, stuff, but I kind of want to go for speed rather than those. Though doing this is kind of making me think of remember the times when I'll be fuckers. When I would run dungeons much lower than me on Palnai, and then just like mop them up. As in grab like every normal enemy in the dungeon, blitz the bosses in their room because you know progress otherwise. But grab every normal enemy in the place and just I'm a fan of how this went. It's fun. It just made me bad foreshadowing. But yeah, grab every... Seriously? Oh, fuck. I did come here with my inventory pretty full. So, like I'll grab every normal enemy in the game, in the dungeon, run into the boss's room, kill them in a hit, keep running. Loot them, keep running, and keep doing this till I clear it. Let me start again. Okay, I would run, say, give me a dungeon. I'll run Oshigun. Oshigun? Ah, fuck. Remember the dungeons in Taladar where you could get the Purple Judgment set? I would run in there, I would kill all the bosses, and all the while have every normal enemy in the dungeon trailing after me. Every non-boss enemy trailing after me. I would literally seek them all out, run right through them, and grab every pack. Run up, kill their boss in front of them, and keep running till I ran to the last boss, and then I would kill all of them. And I would just spend the next 10 minutes looting, as group looting was introduced in Kata. Or AoE looting was introduced then. This is the team called War. I actually own it on iTunes. It's part of my Warcraft 3 custom soundtrack. Custom campaign soundtrack. Overplayed my hand there. increases bow skill. Interesting to see that kind of thing. Not sure if that's new SOD design or if that's classic stuff. But yeah, I would like grab all these enemies. I would have ran in, blitzed the other dude, booted him, and then ran off with all the rest of the enemies still trailing after me. And I'll just do this for the entirety of the dungeon. And it was fun. I quite enjoyed it. Oh, and the satyrs, for those who somehow don't know, are demon corrupted night elves. I'm not sure if they can reproduce. Do they just reproduce via corrupting more night elves or what? But yeah. Though going by these totems, it ends up giving a Tauren vibe to the place. Maybe satyrs, not satyrs, the other crowd, I think the other guys, the centaur, also use totems, so it's none too original. Oh, and here's corrupted dryads. This kind of passageway also gives me vibes of, wow. By all rights, I should have aggroed that guy. It gives me vibes of, one of the Zangarmarsh dungeons. You know the one we do every summer? Yeah, that. Celebras the Cursed. From what I remember, his lore is that he's actually like brother to the father of the centaur. He came here to like bring the guy home, and he just got cursed instead. I can't remember details, but one sec. Guilty. Hey folks, and I'm back. Let us continue. Probably should lead off with putting the seal on. I shouldn't have potioned right there, that was a misclick. If any boss silences here, they're literally straight out impossible for me. Despawn, your master died. He likes me now. The one issue with fighting like this is that my damage does get kind of nice. Does get kind of split between targets, so they last a bit longer. God, these actually are worth next to nothing. Or more than this, though. At last I am free of the corruption that once bound me to this place. Tell me more about Maraudon. Long ago, my dryad sisters and I entered these caves to free the tortured spirit of my uncle, Zaytar. However, the corruption that had already spread through these caverns soon overcame us, and we too fell. We're destined to wander these passages, the toxins poisoning our minds. Though my spirit may now be at rest, I know that I have failed in my mission. It's a great sadness I must bear. Tell me more about Zaytar. Ah, Zaytar. Cerberus looks away. My father Ramalos tried to stop him. Zaytar was headstrong, and when he fell for an earthen elemental princess, My father knew that our union was cursed, but Zeta refused to listen. Centaur are born of his mistake. They are born misshapen and hateful. My uncle Zeta was killed by his own kin. The evil princess Teradris still guards his remains here in the Crystal Caverns. Tell me more about the history of Ramaus and Zetar. You ask the sons of Cenarius, Ramaus and Zetar. My father Ramaus was strong and beautiful, my uncle Zetar very cunning and slight of build. Although they were respected quite equally, Zetar always felt he could never quite compare to the glory and attention he thought Ramaus had. After my sisters and I were born, Zetar, blinded by jealousy, sought to outdo his brother. He was the creator of his own end. Sadness it brings me has never lessened, even as time passes. Turtles. I remember running through here years and years back. There's an elder here during Chinese New Year that you can talk to. And it was like the last day and I was trying to get as many achievements as I could, but I remember I was playing it down on my laptop in my aunt's room, and my nan's, and they were both like, you gotta go to bed. Oh, I'm nearly done. I was nowhere near done. And in the end, I was like, fine, and that was the end of it. I had to swim through a bit of water. There's actually a fair few bosses to this, and I think I've actually skipped a few. You know, I think these hydras actually share the same models they have in Warcraft 3, which I actually quite appreciate. I think a few enemies do share their model from that game, and right, they should. It's nice to say. These are hitting green. Or have they been like that from the get-go? Not sure. Okay, this is a good look. One, two, three. Oh, landslide. Another boss. Ooh, you're level 50. Nice. At least some enemies have a decency to just drop dead. Not a bad helmet, actually. Keep up the good work, guys.
I can't cast that yet.
Now it's gonna take my eye from my hands there. Not sure if down there is progress or backtracking or what. Could be another route. No, they're over here. Grave dust of one betrayed. This is 51.
That's still recharging.
Fuck you.
That's still recharging.
Okay, I swear she got a model update by the time I fought her. Actually, fuck, did I ever make it to the end of Maraudon in Classic? I think this is the first time I actually saw the end of Maraudon. Eat shit.
I'm out of range. Inventory is full.
Free. Free from my bonds at last. I greet you, human. The misbegotten centaur, my sons and daughters, have need of their father. Look around you. This place rings of hope and all that my father Cineris preaches. It sprung from me, and I cannot take that away from them, not even for their crimes against me. There's one thing I would ask of you, to ease my brother's mind. Take this. It's for a seed that fell from the life my remains nourished. Tell him my spirit remains here and that I live on. I'm certain he will understand. Please ignore that I'm doing this. Shimmering grave dust. Just random ghost T-Rex. Ignore it. Yeah, that may be the. I swore I killed her before, but honestly, she looks more fucked up than I remember. So maybe I didn't. Okay, I can clean my inventory up here quickly. That's one way.
Have a good one.
Darrowmere, I have no idea where that's meant to be. Altar of the top. Probably sent sunken temple, presumably. Unless it's just a cosmetic thing or something. It just looks like a portal.
Greetings. Be careful.
Inventory is full.
I'm gonna stop in a mo.
I can't carry anymore.
Need to do some IRL, but I'll be back to do more of this then. I'll probably be just flying up to South Shore in the meantime. 2 gold. Making a bit of cash. Though things aren't selling as well as I'd like. Seem like I need to bring some free action potions with me to Nax. One, the first boss is stunned. Not, well, 2 of the bosses stunned. In the Arachnoid Quarter. So.
Inventory is full.
Need to actually finish reading about the strategies for them all. Not that I think I'm really taking them in much. There's so many to read about, you know? Yeah, it seems like a toy just kills you. I'm not sure if there's any benefit or is it just like, hey, want to die in a social situation? Okay, there's no nature or frost protection. It's not viable. Viable. Okay, there's no mongoose. It wasn't viable yesterday. It's viable right now. Okay, that's fine. Shouldn't bother with this, just buy the 20 stacks. Just habit. Thing of Giants is already done. Yeah, seems fun.
Help you find something?
I know I could just take stuff off the auction house, but
Farewell.
Ooh, they're selling. Actually, thinking about it, maybe I can get around the key requirement if I brought my own key, but it might require the quest key. I don't mind spending a bit of money to make the key, but it might be like Scarlet Monastery. It might not be like Scarlet Monastery. I'll look it up. Okay, you need to do that ghost quest as a ghost to get the Shadowforge key. Okay, they're claiming that no. I've saw one person claiming that the Arcanite key will open. Like, someone's saying that you can open BRD, and someone else is saying you can't open BRD. I have no idea. Regardless, I'll make the Arcanite keys. It's cheap as shit. It's not that big a deal. I'll actually get a use for my, oh, yes, right. Skill here. It is quite expensive. But I'll actually get use for my blacksmith skill here. Though it seems like I could have bought them. Oh well, whatever. I need 2 keys anyway. One key to get past the grate to the left, another key to get further in. And then I think it's just run through. I might actually need 3 keys. It's better to have more than I need. Oh, I got a response a while ago. BRB, folks. I'm just gonna mute. $53, $54, $55. There we go. Whatever. Who cares? I sold the ghost mushroom simply cause inventory space. I'm very restricted on how much space I have, so we should sell this.
You need something?
No, you know what? I'm going to see if I can shove this in my bank. Hoarding tendencies. Okay, if I go to this other place, I can get this cleared. Okay. I have like random quests just to turn in around the place. So I'm just trying to remember where I even have to go. Oh, praise be. When I'm over on Kalimdor, I should swing down to Siltus to turn in the other quest.
Go with honor, friend.
Alright. Let's mosey.
Need help?
Jealous of the sword. But there is actually a better sword in Nax. Low chance of dropping, but there is a better sword. It's off one of the constructs. It gives a corrupted form of Crusader, but you can also stack Crusader on it. So like you get like more strength from it than normal Crusader, but you also take like 5% increased damage. So you put Crusader and that, you put Crusader on it as well, you can get like 200 from Crusader, 350 from that, as well as some healing. Yeah, do you get healed by Crusader, or am I thinking that other sword effect that was like Crusader? Fuck, I don't remember anymore. Regardless, I'm gonna AFK for a bit. It's not too far of a flight here, but I want to stop a sec.